5 and 25. Now, I'm looking to support some local businesses today. I had it out with some tourists a minute ago. They were sat at a McDonald's drinking some milky frappes from Starbucks. It was pretty revolting pretty disgusting to look upon. But yeah, we're not gonna follow in their footsteps. We're gonna support some local businesses today. And I'm busy filming the next installment for the Brad the Chad channel. Yeah, I tell you what, I've been absolutely bedbound pretty much the entire of 2025. I don't know, some sort of depression came over me, and I'm just a big fat boy now. I've put on a lot of weight since you last saw me. Oh yeah. But this is Plaka. This is like the famous tourist street in Athens. So we've got a pretty exciting video coming out soon. Obviously, today is the inauguration of DJT. This hat is a little bit dated, 2024, but that's okay. So yeah, this is the year of live streaming on the Brad the Chad channel. It's a big year for the channel, just unlocking monetization. I'm getting some merch ready for you guys. I've got some pretty great designs already made, but just have to get the storefront set up. So maybe come like February, we'll have merchandise. It's pretty fucking rock and roll. And just so you can see my eyes. You can see I didn't get much sleep last night. Basically, there was like a big party in the apartment above. They've just been having parties pretty much like every weekend since New Year's. What is up, Michael Wilson, watching from Cornwall? Yeah, I got a lot of Cornish fans. I would like to go back to Cornwall soon. Some great people that way. Yeah, we're currently in Athens, Michael. Thank you for stopping by. So what was I saying? Right. So yeah, the apartment above, since New Year's, like pretty much every weekend, they've been having these all-nighter parties, like till 6 a.m. I haven't gotten a wink of sleep, but I had to crawl out of bed today for this momentous occasion, the official inauguration. So, and I get some interesting looks walking around with this getup. I look like somebody with views to be challenged, but I look like the type of person you just wouldn't challenge the views of. You just do not want to challenge this guy's views. I'm just too fucking base. But yeah, we got a great video coming out to the Brad the Chad channel. I think I'm going to call it Rogue Drone Prank. You may be aware of all these rogue drone sightings since over the past couple months. God, you're beautiful. Oh my God. She had mermaid hair. Look at this little guy. Reminds me of myself a little bit. Why does that remind me of me? What's up, man? How you doing?
All right.
Where are you from?
I'm from the U.S.
You're from the U.S.
Are you,
okay.
Are you a YouTuber?
I'm a YouTuber. I am indeed. Yeah.
What's your shtick?
My shtick, I do little characters, and I travel around. I'm a traveling prankster. That's my shtick, or shtick, as you put it. So what I like to do is I like to use cultural appropriation in my pranks. That's how you mix the travel and the prank thing. Okay. So I prank people with cultural appropriation. So today I'm doing a Trump character.
That is a culture to appropriate for sure. Yeah.
So what's your stance on the old DJT?
The what?
The old DJT.
Oh, it's going to be an interesting 4 years.
Yeah, I like the guy, but he's getting old now, and we've got to rely on him for 4 whole years. And we saw how it went with old Joe Biden. He got a little old towards the end there. It got a little bit sad to see. So hopefully the same thing doesn't happen to old DJT, but it seems like a potential probability.
Time comes for all of us.
It does indeed. It does indeed.
Including him. Yeah.
I've got
Did you buy his coin?
I didn't buy his coin. I bought his book.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's sort of like cementing his youth on the pages. That was back in the 90s. That was probably like peak Trump. That was peak fucking Trump. The art of the deal.
You're hilarious. Have fun.
Oh, thank you, buddy. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Have a nice trip. Are you a holiday?
Working holiday. Yeah.
Beautiful. That's the way to go.
Yep.
Awesome. See you. So yeah, that was nice. So who we got watching? Anyone else? Where are you guys located? Those of you tuning in. And I'm just trying to find a place to stop for a coffee, sit down for a minute. So I've been filming for the better half of the day. So just strolling right now, trying to find a place to sit. But who we got? Who we got? Bangkok. That's interesting. Now, you're one of those, you're a fellow travel channel, aren't you? So I take it this is a little venture of yours, a little Bangkok venture. Thought they were laughing at my capella. Yeah, people. I can't really gauge. I've had a couple people say like nice hat and what have you, but I've also gotten some concerned looks. I can't really tell what the average stance is here in Athens. Political stance. So I think there are some places we can sit down just at the end of this street. Get ourselves a nice Freddo cappuccino.
Love your hat, man.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yes.
Hey, dude, I like your full white outfit. You look like Jeremy Fragrance. You know who that is?
Who's that guy?
You should look him up. Honestly, you might. Jeremy Fragrance. You should look him up on Instagram.
Don't you give away the hat? I want it.
You want the hat?
Yes.
I'm not giving away the hat, silly Billy.
You get another one when you get back home.
I
I'm
te-
looking for one. You can't find it.
you can't find it?
No.
I can help you out with that. You need to go to temu.com. It's kind of a hypocrisy. Yeah, well, this is a Chinese hat. Do you really want it? Come on. Yeah, exactly. It's a total, I'm a walking hypocrisy.
Trump up to the Temu purchase.
Somebody guess. Here, he's
Not a
German
real
media.
supporter of Trump.
I seen German media. Yeah.
Jeremy
He
Fragrance.
knows him.
You know this guy, yeah?
Yeah.
You like the videos of him in the tidy whities, swinging his junk around. I love that stuff,
I
man.
follow him.
Me too. If you look at the likes, I'm the top like
I
every
do
single
follow
video.
Lots of people, so.
Well, you need to follow Jeremy Fragrance and you need to follow me. Brad the Chad.
See you.
Thanks, mate.
See you, Jeremy.
Peace.
Bye. Peace and love. Okay. Yeah, I'm a big Jeremy Fragrance guy. We'll check in later, mate. Going back to work. No worries, Michael Wilson. Thank you very much just for saying hello. Nice to hear from you, my friend. So, yeah, I'm a big Jeremy Fragrance fan. I love those when I just scroll in. Just every now and then you see a video from him swinging his dick around. Basically, it's basically softcore porn, but it's funny. There's something funny about penises, evident in the fact that right there's no wooden dildos around right now, but it's y'all who have traveled overseas. Yeah, here we go. See, everybody knows that dicks are funny. Everybody knows that dicks are funny. That's common knowledge. If you can't laugh at this, I mean, you've just got no sense of humor. Whether or not you can actually like use that, I don't know. Like, use it to pleasure yourself. One of your orifices. I've got a speech impediment. You ought to know by now. Safe, brother. Have a good day. Thank you. You too. Okay. Got some ancient ruins here. And more cocks. So, I mean, you can see this is no wonder the economy isn't exactly thriving here in Athens. I mean, look, there's not a soul to be seen dining out right now. Not a soul to be seen. But we'll sit for a coffee somewhere. Not bad, man. I'm doing pretty good.
Happy hour for you. Would you like to join?
That sounds perfect.
Hey, how are you? It's me, Yanis.
Yanis, okay,
Yanis.
very popular Greek
The
name.
YouTuber, eh? Oh, DJI is good microphone.
Very good. I love the DJI products. I'll show you my drone in a minute. I've got a drone
You
in
can
here.
connect it with everything.
Yeah, it connects to my camera. I don't know how to connect it to my phone. I need to work on that.
With Bluetooth, eh? Bluetooth.
Yeah, Bluetooth connection, yeah.
I have to look.
It's the
because
latest tech.
I have to look because I have action camera. How much cost one like this? 50, 60 euros?
I think there's one you can get for that price. It's the new one. It's the DJI Mini microphone.
The minis,
Yes.
one like this.
Yeah, like literally the size of
This
your finger.
working
Yeah.
with Bluetooth.
Yes,
Working
sir.
With Bluetooth.
Yes, sir.
I think I have to buy for the camera because I'm a YouTuber.
Okay, interesting. Got a bit of a collab going on here.
1 minute. 1 minute. I'm a YouTuber and I have a channel at YouTube.
Okay.
And I think I have to buy for the bike
Uh-huh.
to make better
Yes,
sound.
they're great for motorcycles. They pick up that. Yeah, very popular for that.
YouTuber. Yanis
Very
Kayabusa,
cool.
you know?
Okay.
YouTuber.
Okay. Yeah, I know you actually. I think I'm subbed.
Have a look. It's me.
That's you. I don't believe it. Oh my god.
It's me, man.
You're a fucking badass.
I know. This is hashtag from Japan because they watch me in Japan. They watch my videos because Suzuki is from Japan.
How do you think Suzuki will feel if you're using a Chinese
Have a look.
microphone though?
Have a look. That's my bike, you know?
That is awesome.
It's me.
That's cool.
Subscribe if you like to follow me. My name is Yanis Kayabusa. Follow me.
Follow
So
him.
I think I will,
You should. They're
You
actually very useful for that exact use.
will ask if ads with Bluetooth I can add to my mobile to make the new videos with this because I hear that's the best microphone DJI ever.
He's right. He's right.
Yeah.
And you know what? It has a magnet, so you can literally just attach it to your bike.
Man, I love it.
Yeah, I love you.
Thank you, man.
Okay.
So remember, keep it in mind. I have a happy hour.
Yes, I want a drink here.
I
Yeah.
have a happy hour until 8 o'clock. Drinks are cheaper.
Okay.
And you can stay inside the garden, man.
Perfect.
If you
I will.
like,
Okay.
Come, you can talk with a mobile. You can have a beer here.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's good to meet you. Good to
You're very hospitable. Thank you, Yanis. Thank
So
you.
you can stay here with a happy hour. Thank you. Pleased to meet you, eh?
Hey, pleased to meet you.
Welcome. Drinks
Cheers,
are cheaper.
thank
Happy
you.
hour. All right.
What's up, guys? Happy hour.
Drinks are cheaper. Bye.
We won't take this one. We'll take that one. That one. Oh, thank you. Everyone's so nice here. Oh my god. I feel so special. So how's everybody doing?
Sorry that I bother you. Cocktail list.
Beautiful. I'm a cocktail bartender. I could be a harsh critic.
Wine. Total drinks. No. Take your time.
Thank you. So yeah, big day. Big day. January 20th. And I mean, I'm just so glad that Kamala Harris did not get into office. What a tragedy that would have been. What a goddamn tragedy. Yeah, I mean, we would have been in a pretty sorry state. So let's see. What are you guys thinking? I think I'll get a beer. I was gonna get a coffee, but it's happy hour, so I might as well get 2 beers. And the popular beer here is Alpha. They have a very strong one, goes up to 7%. I think we'll get one of those because it's happy hour, so we'll get 2 strong alphas for 6. And that should be sufficient.
Welcome. Thank you.
The popular ones are Alpha,
To
Metha.
meet you. I will look in the internet because the new one I think is half. It's half until here. Very small one.
very
tiny
small.
one.
Uh-huh.
I will look to buy to add with my camera because I make videos.
Uh-huh.
So I need to make videos with a new sound. Great sound. Thank
It's
you.
very good,
It's
yeah.
Great. I meet you. Great.
Good to meet you, Yannis. Thank
Good
you.
to meet you.
He's got a pretty big YouTube channel too. So I mean, nothing the size of me, of course. But yeah, he's a big YouTuber in the motorcycle world. So yeah. My bad. I accidentally muted the mic for a second there. But hey Brad, there was no sound. I fixed it. Yeah, no problem. Any other merch ideas though? That's what I was saying. I've got a design for a sweatshirt. I've got a design for a t-shirt. I've got some mug designs. But I think a hat would be good. Could do it like in a Donald Trump style like this, except it says like Brad the Chad 2025 or something like that. Make travel videos great again. That could be a good one.
It's good I met you.
It's good to meet you. Okay.
Because I saw the DJI is small like this, very
Uh-huh.
tiny. So I think it's good for camera.
All of their products are very small. Like, look, this is my drone.
Oh man, you have a drone.
A DJI
I think-
drone.
Oh man, I think the new microphone is like this.
Literally, yeah.
And how much you pay for it? How much you pay for it?
This drone was only 200 euros.
It's nice, man.
Uh-huh.
I think I have to buy one drone to make videos with a bike.
This, let me show you something cool.
Yes.
You will
I think I
definitely,
have to
sorry,
buy-
sir. You will definitely want this
I
drone.
think I have to buy a drone.
I will show you what this drone does. That is very cool.
I think I have to buy a drone.
I think so too. Sorry, sir. Thank you.
Και drone φέραμε να κάνουμε τα βίντεο.
Watch this. This, it will be able to do this for you.
Oh man. There's also camera. This is camera, so it's working.
Yeah, 4K.
Really? 4K
So when you're on the
camera?
bike,
Really? Oh
the drone will actually follow you. Yeah. And it can follow you fast as well. What?
Oh man. This is nice.
It doesn't want to return.
Camera 4K.
4K image.
I think I will buy one drone to make new videos because if I buy one small 4K camera, I pay 380. So you buy a drone and you have free camera inside.
Uh-huh.
4K.
And it'll follow you on the bike.
Thank you. Respect. Thank
Uh-huh.
you. You do that for me.
Of
Thank you
course,
very
yeah.
much. I will look for it. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Well, the drone was a big hit. Yeah, this is one of the best purchases I ever made. They actually just released the new one. It's called the DJI Flip. This is the Neo. And thank you, sir.
Cheers.
Cheers, thank you. So, yeah, this is the DJI Neo. They just released a new one. It's called the DJI Flip. And this one actually folds up to about a bit larger than this. And the DJI Flip is actually like 380 euros, I think. So I could have got that one, but this one I think is more fitting for me. So put this back. So I'm actually, obviously today's the inauguration. Got the Art of the Deal here. I was thinking we could read some quotes from it, just because obviously it's a big day. There are some great life lessons in this book. And he writes it for his parents, Fred and Mary. Let's read the acknowledgements. This is Trump's acknowledgements. I owe special thanks to several people who made it possible for me to complete this book. In the face of my other responsibilities, Ivana Trump, my wonderful wife, and my 3 children were understanding about the many weekends that I spent working on the book. Can you imagine, like, it must have a great effect on his marriage, this second presidency. I mean, think, she didn't sign up for this at all. She was in to the real estate guy. She just wanted a easy life with him playing golf on the golf course. What he's gotten himself into, this political entanglement. She didn't sign up for this, and she is a very loyal wife for sticking around. I mean, can't believe she hasn't slandered his name yet. Maybe she will, but she seems like a pretty loyal wife. Melania, of course, Ivana was his first wife, or maybe the second. I think Ivana was the first wife, and they're no longer together. But anyway, this is what he says in the acknowledgements. Ivana Trump, my wonderful wife, and my 3 children were understanding about the many weekends that I spent working on the book. See, Newhouse first came to me and convinced me to do a book, despite my initial reluctance. Howard Kaminsky, Peter Osnos, and many others at Random House have been enthusiastic, energetic supporters of the book. Tony Schwartz wishes to thank the many people who gave generously of their time. In particular, Robert Trump, Durscoot, Nick Ribeyes, Blanc, Spargoo, Norman Levine, Harvey Freeman. Okay, my voice is turning more into a Batman now. It's turning more into the Batman from is it Michael? Who's the Batman that has the crazy voice? All I'm saying is I've never seen Trump and Batman in the same room. All right. So yeah, the first chapter of the book is actually really boring. Like it goes through his phone call schedule, like his schedule for phone calls throughout like a week, and he's basically on the phone for like over 12 hours every day. Pretty intense, as you can see. So look, Monday, 9 a.m. phone call, 9:30 a.m. phone call, 10 a.m. phone call, 11:15 a.m. because the last one was a long phone call. But there's a great lesson in this book somewhere in the beginning. I'm gonna find it. Of the whole book, it's pretty much like the only part that I've read, and I've read it like over and over again. Other than that, the book is pretty boring, to be honest. It just talks about real estate stuff. But there's a particular part. If I can find it, that would be really great. Well, let's read this part. This part seems good as well. My style of deal making is quite simple and straightforward. I aim very high, and then I just keep pushing and pushing and pushing to get what I'm after. Sometimes I settle for less than I sought, but in most cases, I still end up with what I want. More than anything else, I think deal making is an ability you're born with. It's in the genes. I don't say that egotistically. It's not about being brilliant. It does take a certain intelligence, but mostly it's about instincts. You can take the smartest kid at Wharton, the one who gets straight A's and has a 170 IQ. If he doesn't have the instincts, he'll never be a successful entrepreneur. Moreover, most people who do have the instinct will never recognize that they do, because they don't have the courage or the good fortune to discover their potential. Somewhere out there are a few men with more innate talent at golf than Jack Nicklaus, or women with greater ability at tennis than Chris Evert, or Martina Navratilova. These are all women that he clearly fantasizes about deeply. But they will never lift a club or swing a racket, and therefore will never find out how great they could have been. Instead, they'll be content to sit and watch stars perform on television. When I look back at the deals I've made, and the ones I've lost or let pass, I see certain common elements. But unlike the real estate evangelists you see all over television these days, I can't promise you that by following the precepts I'm about to offer, you'll become a millionaire overnight. Unfortunately, life rarely works that way, and most people who try to get rich quick end up going broke instead. And for those among you who do have the genes, who do have the instincts, who could be highly successful, well, I still hope you won't follow my advice, because that would just make it a much tougher world for me. Okay, interesting. So I just found the part that I like of the book. It's a chapter called Think Big. And this is a great chapter. These are words that stuck with me. So You still in Greece? What up, Brad? Yes, still in Greece for the foreseeable future. The irony of this whole thing is I'm doing this Trump thing. I'm actually an illegal immigrant right now. I've totally overstayed my welcome. So, kind of ironic. But, well, my mother pays taxes here. So, I mean, it's okay. So this is the chapter that really stuck with me. It's called Think Big. And if you get this book, this is pretty much the only chapter that's really worthwhile. I like thinking big. I always have. To me, it's very simple. If you're going to be thinking anyway, you might as well think big. Most people think small because most people are afraid of success, afraid of making decisions, afraid of winning. And that gives people like me a great advantage. My father built low-income and middle-income buildings in Brooklyn and Queens. But even then, I gravitated to the best location. When I was working in Queens, I always wanted Forest Hills, and I grew older and perhaps wiser. I realized that Forest Hills was great, but Forest Hills isn't Fifth Avenue. And so I began to look toward Manhattan, because at a very early age, I had a true sense of what I wanted to do. I wasn't satisfied just to earn a good living. I was looking to make a statement. I was out to build something monumental, something worth a big effort. Plenty of other people could buy and sell little brown stones or build cookie cutter red buildings. What attracted me was the challenge of building a spectacular development on almost 100 acres by the river on the west side of Manhattan, or creating a huge new hotel next to Grand Central Station at Park Avenue and 42nd Street. The same sort of challenge is what attracted me to Atlantic City. It's nice to build a successful hotel. It's a lot better to build a hotel attached to a huge ass casino that can earn 50 times what you'd ever earn renting hotel rooms. You're talking a whole different order of magnitude. One of the keys to thinking big is total focus. I think of it almost as a controlled neurosis, which is a quality I've noticed in many highly successful entrepreneurs. They're obsessive, they're driven, they're single minded, and sometimes they're almost maniacal. Maniacal. But it's all channeled into their work. Where other people are paralyzed by neurosis, the people I'm talking about are actually helped by it. I don't say this trait leads to a happier life or a better life, but it's great when it comes to getting what you want. This is particularly true in New York real estate, where you are dealing with some of the sharpest, toughest, and most vicious people in the world. I happen to love going up against these guys, and I love to beat them. And that's a lesson he gives you right there. I mean, you got to think big. He didn't just set his eyes on something big. He was always setting his eyes on the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. He was always looking to elevate. He was a total winner. He's always won his whole life. And I think today is a great example of that. If you fight for something, you'll usually get it. You'll usually get it if you fight hard enough. I'm not fighting hard enough with this YouTube stuff. I need to be a bit more driven, a bit more focused, like he says. And that's what I plan to do in 2025, is be a bit more focused on what matters to me most. And that's my comedic commitments. My comedic commitments. So hopefully we'll be making it big this year. So yeah, Trump's got a few books actually. He is the best-selling author. And there's some pictures in here as well of his family. Fred, his father. Big family. And people laugh at him, they laugh at the small loan of $1 million. I mean, sincerely, I mean, that was small. He built an amazing empire. Him with his wife there, his ex-wife. She was gorgeous. I tell you what, his current wife, is Melania not such a huge upgrade from Michelle? Michelle is so unattractive. It's unreal. Melania is like one of the hottest first ladies that the White House has ever seen. Like, she is the bomb. I mean, in comparison to Michelle. I have a funny joke in the video that I'm working on that will be out probably in the next couple days. The joke goes, uh, there's a theory that Michelle Obama was born a man and she became a woman. Well, my theory is the opposite. I think that she's slowly becoming a man. And if you look, it does kind of look like she's morphing into this weird man-like creature. It's not even human. It looks primal, actually. She looks primal. Maybe that's a little bit racist, but she looks like a primal ape. And how's everybody doing today? Sonic, how you doing, buddy? Pretty interesting here. A crane collapsed when he was building one of his hotels. A crane collapsed and landed on the garage. And apparently, just minutes prior, there were at least 100 workers in there. And they had just all left to go on break. And nobody was hurt. That's pretty miraculous. Okay, let's read this part. If any press story about a celebrity helped promote Trump Tower, I suspect it was the one about a sale that never actually occurred. Shortly after we began selling apartments, I got a call from a reporter asking whether or not it was true that Prince Charles had purchased an apartment in Trump Tower. It so happened that this was the week when Prince Charles and Lady Diana had gotten married, and they were, at that moment, the most celebrated couple in the world. Our policy was not to comment about sales, and that's what I told this reporter. In other words, I refused to confirm or deny the rumor. Apparently, the reporter then decided to call Buckingham Palace. By this time, the royal couple had left for their honeymoon, and they were out on the yacht Britannia. So the Buckingham Palace spokesman said just what I said. They couldn't or confirm or deny the rumor. That was all the media needed. In the absence of a denial, the story that the royal couple was considering buying an apartment in Trump Tower became front page news all over the world. It certainly didn't hurt us, but I had to laugh to myself. Just a month earlier, Prince Charles had come to New York for a visit, and the IRA had come out in force to protest. As Prince Charles walked into Lincoln Center for a concert one evening, hundreds of protesters stood outside, hissing and screaming and throwing bottles. It had to be a frightening experience for him, and I can't imagine it left Prince Charles with a great desire to take an apartment in New York City. Also, whilst Trump Tower is a great building, I suspect Prince Charles would find it very hard to get used to any apartment after growing up in Buckingham Palace. With so much demand, our marketing strategy was a play hard to get. It's a reverse sales technique. If you sit in an office with a contract in your hand, eager to make the first deal that comes along, it's quite obvious to people that the apartments aren't in demand. Oh, that's interesting. So he would often tell people that they didn't have rooms available, even when they did, and that was just to create an illusion that there was a demand. That's interesting. That kind of adds to the theory that maybe he pays some people off to go to those what are they called? His rallies. But I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure about that. But obviously he's used the technique in the past. As demand grew, I kept raising the prices. Okay, well, there you go. Very clever. The demand was growing higher and higher. People were still calling to book rooms, but the prices, he raised them. He saw that demand. He raised the prices 12 times in all. That's impressive that he got away with that. We started out selling for much more than Olympic Tower, which until then had been the most expensive building in New York. Within a short period, we'd almost doubled the price for the best apartments on the highest floors. People were buying two-bedroom apartments for $1.5 million. And before we finished construction, we sold a huge majority of the apartments. The cycles of buyers at Trump Tower became something of a barometer. And what was going on in the international economy, barometer of what was going on in the international economy. It's a good book, but there are some chapters that are less interesting than others. But yeah, I recommend you check that out. And seems like the sun is setting now. We're in a bit of a golden hour, it seems. It's definitely Trump's golden hour coming up soon. Let's take this off for a minute. God, look at my hair. Jesus. That's not good. That's not a pretty sight. How's everybody doing today? Yeah, you can really see I've gotten like no fucking sleep. I've gotten no sleep. It's not good. My sleep schedule is all out of whack. It is very whack. My sleep schedule is whack. And I've had the sunglasses on all day. It's like, oh my God, blinded by the light. I got some nuts here. Yeah, I'm in the middle of a marijuana drought at the moment. Don't know if you can tell. Yeah, you know when you're like, I don't know if any of you guys are like big potheads, but you know when you run out of weed and you can't get any more for a little while for whatever reason, and yeah, it's like the worst week of your life. Everything just feels terrible. I don't know if that's what being an addict feels like or what, but you get like a suppressed appetite, shaky hands, start having cold sweats. It's pretty despicable. I need to stop smoking weed. Who's my one viewer? Reveal yourself. Reveal yourself, viewer. I look like a guy whose life is falling apart at the seams. No, really. I look like a guy whose life is falling apart. I look like a guy who has a fucking receding hairline. I'm actually very handsome most of the time, as you know, but I look like shit today. I look like fucking shit. But I feel good. What would you guys like to see? When I finish this beer, I'll go do something crazy. What do you want me to do? I'll break the walls down, so to speak. So the next episode of Urbex Adventures, I think I'm going to do it live. I need to do more live streams so that we can get this view count up week by week. Because obviously I haven't done a live stream in a while. So the turnout is not acceptable. The turnout is not acceptable. So the next episode of Urbex Adventures is going to be live. We need to get these numbers up. Because this can't stand. We need to get some fucking donations. Donate $50 and I will attempt to do a backflip. God, these nuts are Moorish. These are some Moorish ass nuts. Oh my god. Mmm. 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 That's too big of a mouthful.
Sorry, I forgot that.
Nearly choked on those nuts. Oh my god. Nearly choked on those nuts. That's the other thing. I think my airways are filled with marijuana resin. I can't breathe like I used to. I think my airways are blocked. I need to quit this degenerate lifestyle. It's catching up with me. This degenerate lifestyle is catching up with me. I look like shit. It's making me sad to see. Okay, well, I just want to say that it's a very big year for the United States, for the whole world, for Brad the Chad, for you and me, sister, brother. And so, whatever happens, just let it be by the power of God. And yeah, we'll get through this together. Taking a notice to my book, are we? She took a nice big glance at my book. She looked intrigued. How you doing, madam? You can take a look at it if you want. It's a very good book. I recommend it. Yeah, well, it's about real estate. No, what's wrong with the book? It caught your eye. I noticed it caught your eye. He's very handsome, isn't he? In the 90s, he was very good looking. He was a real estate man.
I know. Today is the day.
Today's the big day. Today's the big day. I'm kitted out. I'm ready. Yeah. Neither did I. I didn't vote. I didn't feel it was necessary. I knew he was going to win. It's the power of God. It was by the power of God. I mean, frankly, I think it maybe someone stood between him and that bullet. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't a physical being, but thank you very much. He's very old now. Probably it'll be a rough 4 years. it'll probably not be very good, but that's okay. Better than whatever Kamala was going to pull out her ass. All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in, those of you who said hello. And I'm going to finish my drink, get some final shots for this video that I'm producing. And yeah. Stay tuned. We've got some great stuff coming. Thank you. Peace and love.